The Dell Inspiron Gaming 5577 budget gaming laptop was released in mid-2017 and was pretty much an under-the-radar release for Dell. Its base price was only $100 less than the 7000 series laptop released around the same time, and it was using an older design with updated internals. However, I picked this up at a super discount from the Dell Outlet Refurbished store, which is a fantastic place to get great deals on quite a few of Dell's good laptop models, including XPS and G-series gaming laptops. This particular model I picked up for around $600. A lot of people consider Dell to be a rather controversial brand, with significant manufacturing and driver issues to deal with even when the design of the laptop is well done. I've had a bit of a different experience with the Dell Inspiron Gaming 5577 over the past 3 years, and I thought it would be worth sharing. The configuration I've been using every day has a 4-core Intel Core i5-7300HQ 45-watt processor with 16GB of dual-channel RAM, a 128GB SSD boot drive, and a 1TB spinning hard drive. All Intel configurations of the Dell Inspiron 5577 come with an NVIDIA GTX 1050 GPU with 4GB of VRAM. The build of the Dell Inspiron Gaming 5577 is all plastic and is very reminiscent of a basic Dell Inspiron 15-inch laptop, though it has a couple of design flourishes that give it away as a gaming laptop. This particular model I'm using has this interesting paint job, but I knew that it had this custom job when picking it up from the refurbished website. Its design was originally a subtle black, with the same red Dell logo and dark red accents in the vents, keyboard, speakers, and around the trackpad. It is a good, understated design. It also has a good selection of ports, including the barrel power connector, 2 USB Type-A ports, and a combo headphone microphone jack on the left side, and a Noble Lock port, an Ethernet port, another USB 3.0 Type-A and full-size SD card slot on the right side. It is a good selection of ports. I just wish it had come with one USB Type-C port for future-proofing, but it is still a serviceable selection today. Its display is a Full HD 1920 by 1080p matte 60Hz IPS display with a brightness of approximately 250 nits and sRGB coverage of about 65%, which is serviceable. Most 5577 gaming laptops came with a poor quality FHD TN panel, but sometimes on Dell's refurbished website you can find outliers with parts that you usually can't configure when purchasing the laptop as new. It's a decent panel, of a quality that you will find on even current 2020 budget gaming laptops such as the 60Hz display option on the Acer Nitro 5 and even the Dell G3 or G5. The response times are not the best for gaming, but considering the fact that I mostly play Total War, Civilization, or other RPG type games, this is not a big deal for me. Also, the display does not use PWM, that is, it is flicker free, so it is easy on the eyes, making it quite suitable for long work sessions. Its keyboard is a bit short travel, and not exactly what you'd expect from a gaming laptop. It does have a bit of flex in the middle, but otherwise, after getting used to it, it is quite a comfortable keyboard that provides a quality typing experience. I have to write quite a bit every day, and this keyboard doesn't make my fingers feel fatigued or anything. It's also a quiet keyboard, making it suitable for a classroom or any quiet environment. I have a lot of experience using HP and Microsoft Surface keyboards as well, and while I do prefer the premium HP keyboards most of all, the typing experience on the Dell Inspiron Gaming 5577 is quite good. I also find the red backlighting to be easy on the eyes. Right now, in this quarantine era, everyone needs a good webcam and microphone for their Zoom and Skype sessions, and I've found that the Dell gaming laptops, even the low-end G3 series, deliver in this area. The Dell Inspiron 5577 that I've been using every day for the past 3 years has a decent webcam that is good enough for Skype and Zoom sessions. Its microphone is a bit of a different story. While it does provide clear sound for Skype and Zoom, if you are gaming, the sound of the fans is rather overwhelming for the listener, so make sure if you're playing a game and you're chatting with friends that you have your headphones on so they don't hear an overwhelming vacuum-type sound. Reviews of the current generation of Dell G series budget gaming laptops, including the G39350, which is the same hardware design as the current G315 laptop that now has Intel Comet Lake processors, note that the built-in microphone has better noise cancellation and is not so affected by the fan noise even when running an intensive game. The one part of the laptop that is objectively below average are the speakers. They are definitely below average. They get reasonably loud, so they are also suitable for usage while gaming, but the sound quality is just not the best. The sound is rather distorted, especially at higher volumes, and it is not very good for listening to audiobooks or streaming Netflix where people are talking. They just aren't very clear. For games, however, they are fine and they get reasonably loud. For better sound quality, use headphones. Again, I want to emphasize that this is a budget gaming laptop, so everything can't be excellent, and the speakers are what I think they cut the most corners on. One of the best features of Dell laptops is how easy it is to get inside and upgrade or service them. The 5577 was even easier than most other Dells as well. Just one screw and you're in. Just be careful with the plastic clips that hold the bottom panel in place. Once inside, you can clean the fans, upgrade the SSD and HDD, swap out the Wi-Fi card, which is a Wi-Fi 5 dual-channel Intel card, and replace the sizable 74 watt-hour battery if necessary. The battery is a very good size, and the battery life on this is great for a gaming laptop. I can still get about 6 to 7 hours of work done before needing to charge. Nowadays, most gaming laptops have 50 to 60 watt-hour sized batteries, including the 2020 Acer Nitro 5 and the Dell G3. So this was a nice touch in 2017. Laptops with the new 7nm Ryzen processors, like the AMD model of the 2020 Acer Nitro 5, can get comparable battery life with their smaller batteries, but the new Intel models do struggle to keep up, often having 4 to 5 hour runtimes. The boot SSD makes the laptop run like a dream, and the HDD secondary storage solution is a good affordable one for having a lot of games installed. Loading times are also not bad considering it's a spinning hard drive. The original configuration of this came with 8GB of single-channel RAM that limited its general performance. But after removing that one screw and picking up a cheap 8GB stick of RAM, I solved that problem quite easily. The Wi-Fi card, while it is a dual-band Intel AC card, is one of Intel's lower-end 3000 offerings that is only a 1x1 solution, which can sometimes limit your internet speeds. However, personally, I have not found this to be limiting in any significant way. Wi-Fi performance has been fantastic on this machine, and it even works farther away from the router than any of my other devices. It has also worked well for online games, with no stuttering. Once I pick up a Wi-Fi 6 router in the future, I will probably swap out the Wi-Fi card for an Intel Wi-Fi 6 AX201 card. I'd say this overall combination of hardware has made it a great laptop for me personally, for both work and play. I'm mostly a strategy game player, though I do dabble in other types of games as well. The performance of the GTX 1050 4GB model is well documented. What's more important is the thermal performance here. I can say that after 3 years of constant use, the Dell Inspiron Gaming 5577 has held up quite nicely. It never thermal throttles or overheats, and it doesn't get too hot to the touch, which is of course helped by the plastic build that doesn't conduct heat as well as metal. Doing regular work tasks in Microsoft Office and the browser, it only gets slightly warm and the fans rarely turn on, making it suitable for a library or classroom environment. During gaming, the keyboard area doesn't get very warm, but it does get quite warm at the vents and at the bottom, which is not a problem for me since I always play games at my desk while plugged in, which I recommend you do with any gaming laptop anyway. Total War games, even the newer ones such as Rome 2, Attila, or Three Kingdoms, run great on this machine at high and even ultra settings with large unit sizes. if you want higher frame rates, especially in the rather poorly optimized Attila. You can drop the settings to medium or even low if you want. The older Total War games, such as Medieval 2, also run great despite their older engines. Rome Total War, released in 2004, presents some problems. This game does not cooperate with NVIDIA Optimus, which this laptop utilizes to juggle between the integrated Intel graphics and the discrete NVIDIA GTX 1050 GPU, which causes the game to chug along at a shockingly low frame rate. Some mods, such as the excellent 4th Age Total War, which I highly recommend for any Lord of the Rings fan, run at perhaps 1 frame per 30 seconds, which is not exactly playable. However, there is an unusual fix in the form of a .dll file that removes fire arrow graphics from the game, but actually fixes this issue completely and makes Rome run buttery smooth, even 4th Age. You can find a link to this fix in the description below. Civilization 6 runs very well at the highest settings on this machine, even with large maps. Other games I have personally tried, including Hold Fast, No Man's Sky, and the Halo Master Chief Collection, also run fantastically, though you sometimes have to drop settings down to high or medium. Halo in particular looks absolutely fantastic, though the multiplayer is still broken. Please fix the online co-op campaign, 343 Industries. You can find other benchmarks in the description below, as the performance of the NVIDIA 1050 is quite well documented. 3 years later, I can say that this budget Dell gaming laptop, the Gaming 5577, has held up perfectly well. None of the hardware has deteriorated, the temperatures are still good, the hinges are like new, the performance is there, and the fact that it is so upgradable is a great plus for a budget machine like this. This easy upgradability and serviceability, which is still present on the newer Dell G series laptops, is why I like them as budget gaming options quite a bit, even though some models do have thermal issues. I am happy to report that this particular model is quite an excellent example of the longevity of a budget Dell gaming device. I am also glad to say that I have not had any software issues, though I do find the Waves Max audio software to be a bit irritating, and the fact that the speakers themselves don't sound that great doesn't really help in that regard. Once I feel the need to replace this machine, I will strongly consider another budget Dell gaming laptop, since the bang for the buck is there, the compromises are few, and this machine's combination of durability, upgradability, and performance has made me a happy customer.